Hey everybody, this is Steven.
And this is Scooby. Welcome to another episode of The Feedback, where Steven and I bring music to each other, and by extension, to you, our faithful listeners. And we take those songs, we listen to them, and give our feedback on them. Haha! We will dive into the lyrics, if there are any, the instrumentation, the composition, and then we'll just kind of branch off from there and talk about wherever our stupid brains take us. As per usual, we have brought beverages. I brought beverages. You probably have as well. I have 3 today. I have red Gatorade, full of sugar, which means it's going to be more delicious. I'll call it by its government name. It's fruit punch. I also have some 7-Up. And it occurs to me I could mix these, and that would actually probably be pretty good. And then I have some water. So the trifecta has returned. Steven, what do you have to drink, and what sort of strange new adventure are you taking us on today? Because I have heard tell we're doing something a little bit different from you.
No, you're absolutely right.
Who else would I hear it from?
There's someone letting secrets out, huh?
Yeah.
We have a leak?
There's a mole.
Who is it? Let me know. Who are you? Well, you're not going to let me know, because that wouldn't... Yeah, anyway. I only have 2 drinks today. I guess my 3rd drink will be a curveball, since that's what we're going to be doing later on. I got water, and I got the Dr. Pepper Blackberry. I got excited. I was trying to say blackberry fast there. Big fan of the blackberry. I think it's like a dessert soda, basically. Like, you don't need to have dessert. It's so sweet, but not in like...
I haven't found that anywhere, and I would really like to try it.
Man, I'll have to ship some to you, worst case scenario, because that's just unfortunate. But yeah, you are correct. We are going on a new adventure. I'm really excited about this too. We are going to do our first ever blind listen.
That is a weird combination of words. I know what it means, but blind listen.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would go together. It would be almost... It would be like... I don't know.
Deaf listen? No.
Because you can't say a deaf listen, because you're going to listen to it.
Exactly. We need better terminology.
We do. Maybe there's a better term for it, and someone out there knows it, but...
Virgin listen.
A virgin listen is probably a good way to go about it, too, yeah.
I don't like that either, though. It feels weird.
That's fine. You don't have to.
Okay.
But we're listening to a band that neither one of us has listened to prior to this, and obviously because of that, it'll be a brand new song. But not only is it a brand new song to us, we have the privilege, or the absolute treat, to actually listen to a single that's coming out Thursday on November 27th. So we got it a couple days early, and you're going to hear it a couple days early, I think. We're still confirming that part at least, and if not, you'll have to just pretend like that part didn't happen, and you'll hear it with us on Thursday, just like you. But it's a band by the name of Downcast. They are from the UK, so all of their social media does have Downcast UK, DOWNCAST, and then capital UK. And they're on everything, Facebook, Instagram. They have a Snapchat as well. Pretty sure they have TikTok at that point, I'm gonna guess. I don't remember, but you know what? Maybe they'll make it now because I told them they should.
That's how you get viral these days, is the TikTok.
That's it. That's the one. I guess that means we should go there then, huh?
Oh, God, do we have to?
No, I'm not doing it. I refuse.
Okay.
As the social media ambassador, I refuse to do it. But I will, if there's somebody out there that loves us enough that wants to do a TikTok for us and run the account because they just really love TikTok, reach out. Let us know. We'd be thrilled to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
So the name is Downcast. The name of the band members. Liam Edwards is on vocals. Ben Lucas is on guitar with backing vocals. Jeff Bauer is on bass. And Sam Harbridge is on drums. And the song that we're listening to today is called Home. And it has a feature of Sammy Clifford from Waster. I'm guessing it's Waster. I looked them up to find out. Their band is currently spelt WSTR. But they, doing a little bit of research and kind of looking into it, there was a band with the exact same name and spelling, so they changed it to WSTR, but I would assume that they would still refer to themselves as Waster, but they changed the spelling for more of a a playful, phonetic way, kind of like Exile, who we listen to at the beginning and at the end of every episode. But yeah, I know myself, and clearly we did talk about this early, as you mentioned. This is a complete brand new experience for both of us. So we're both very, very excited to see what their sound is and what they're going to be. The only clues that we have so far ourselves are that I looked up Waster to see who they were, and they are listed as a pop punk band. And I've also had a little bit of conversation, clearly, with the band to kind of get to this point. Thank you to them. They are fantastic. I'm not sure who of you I was talking to specifically, but it's been an absolute treat. They let us know a few things, like the band is based between South Wales and Southwest England. They formed around 2018. Their influences are bands like The Wonder Years, Capstan, and Trash Boat. Just based on that alone, I've got excitement all about this. And then also knowing that Waster, the singer that's actually featured on this, has been noticed or quoted as saying that his influences are Newfound Glory and Blink-182. So like based on all the stuff and like all the clues we've gotten so far, I'm pretty excited about that. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all bands that I greatly enjoy and were extremely important to me in my formative years. Myself, having been in a pop punk band for like probably 5 or 6 years, I definitely have a soft spot in my heart for pop punk and all of its related genres, and I don't think it's anything that's ever really going to go away. We're getting older, and I'm still like, pop punk rules.
Absolutely. And I think the best part about it is that you and I have been talking about different episodes when we're listening to different genres that we don't listen for new bands anymore because we don't know where to find them, but we're sure that there are some. And we've talked about ska, and I've talked about pop punk myself. I'm sure you have as well, and like how much we enjoy those. So it's actually good to note that they are actually listed and kind of found on a couple different write-ups that they're listed as an emo pop punk band as well. So
Yeah,
I'm very excited to learn about, and I mean they're from 2018, so they've been around for 7 years. But in terms of pop punk, that's new,
yeah.
right?
Considering you and I are, we're still listening to bands from the late '90s, early 2000s.
Right.
Like,
So like for these people to come out and they're inspired by a lot of the people that we listened to, it's kind of like, oh, this is gonna be awesome.
yeah, because fairly recently, I don't know which episode, but we're talking about Motion City soundtrack, and they've been
Yeah.
around since we were in high school, so
Right.
that was a long
We're
time
aging
ago.
ourselves here. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah,
It's okay though, because that just shows that pop punk never dies.
that's right.
We're still living those lives, kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit.
A tiny bit, a little bit.
Oh, one more thing. I don't want to forget to mention it. They do have an EP coming out, Nothing Left to Give, and it actually comes out on Thursday as well. So if it is Thursday, go listen to it right now. It's available right now. I know I'm very excited to check it out. Also, if it's Tuesday, you have 2 days to wait. Go check it out when the single drops on Thursday as well. But other than that, do you have anything else you want to say before you hit play?
Steven, you're going to be in Europe when this drops. You should meet them. You should meet up with them.
Ooh, you know what? If there's some kind of crazy way that could happen, maybe I will.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
let them know. I'll let them know I'm on my way.
Europe is compact enough where that's possible. It's not like,
Right, it's not the most absurd ask.
right, where it's a couple hours away, unlike the giant. Never mind. Let's just.
I mean, you can get on a train.
Yeah, we don't have those. What are
Right.
trains?
We only know about subways and in the very select cities.
Yeah, and most of them suck.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. This is Home by Downcast.
We used to get high to get by. Now it's all just tired eyes, suits inside. Fuck a double shift, you know I hate that. I wanna let go, I can't
I know that I've got some stuff to say, but in true fashion, I want to go ahead and open the floor and say, what are your first takes? What do you got? Let's hear what you have to say.
So initially, growing straight off the dome here, I was like, this is good, and that's where I started. That was like my baseline. But as the song went on, I got more and more into it, honestly. And I think that upon a second listen, which we might actually do live right now or in a couple minutes, it was a grower, not a shower. That's not true. It also was a shower.
It was.
But I think it's constructed really well in that it started off good. And I think good is a good baseline for a song. And it just kept ramping up. And then at one point, and I will call it out specifically, it was after the second chorus, which I believe was sung by probably the guest vocalist from Waster. When they hit the bridge, I vocally, and we mute ourselves when we listen to the songs just so you don't hear us, but I actually just went, ooh, when they switched into the bridge and it hit kind of the softer part, and then they went into the halftime chunkier guitars and built from there. I was like, this
Yeah.
is the stuff that warms my heart. This is the stuff that I love. And it really, really hit me. And then a key change. And whenever I hear a key change in any song, it doesn't matter if I've heard it 8 billion times before, it's the first time, I yell key change. And just so everyone knows, I did it. I heard it, I was like, oh, key change! Because it always makes me so happy to hear a key change. And they did it, they pulled it off, and I am very interested to hear this song again. I'm very interested to hear what the rest of the EP is going to sound like. I am going to go back and listen to what has been put out prior. For a blind listen off of one song, they have made a fan.
That's amazing, and it definitely echoes what I was going to say as well. I'm definitely wrapped on this hook, line, and sinker. I bought the bait. I'm in it. Exactly as you said. When it first opened up, I was like, okay, I like the way this sounds. As you said, good. And I mean, to be pleasantly surprised on the opening of a song that 100% says a lot about it already. Especially because, like, all we had to guess off were the influences, which we didn't even touch on yet. And you can hear them. Not a bad thing at all. You can hear those influences for sure. But exactly as you said, like that halftime to the key change at that point, and then having that little bit of that more grungy parts in there too that were there, like this is right there on that. I love pop punk music and I needed a sound of pop punk. Like they almost have their own lane in pop punk because I can't really compare them right off the rip to anything off of that. Like I can hear where their influences are, so I can compare them to that in those instances, right? But like that's not really making a fair comparison because they don't have. I don't know. I can't pick out a single band in a good way that I can say like, oh, I kind of heard something like that before.
Yeah, it means that they're carving out their own sound, which is hard to do in any genre. And I think that pop punk is actually one of those genres that sometimes it does kind of feel like it's all been done. And it's something like this comes along and you hear it and you're like, well, no, I guess not. And that's a good thing because this song really it transformed a lot as it went on, and I think that's part of what had me so hooked on it is I was like, okay, well, where's it going, because even though it followed a standard song structure, verse chorus bridge chorus, there was enough variety in there to get me to the point where I was like, well, something has changed each time. It's like verse chorus, second verse guest vocalist, so that's something a little different that catches your ear because they did have very different vocal qualities to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then it hits the bridge where it's sort of the drumming switch to like the rim shots, and then of course the halftime and the key change, and it was all things that in a very short song, because I could see it right now, it was under 3 minutes. Song ended 2 minutes 56 seconds. There was a lot packed in there. And it didn't sound crowded. It didn't sound forced. It didn't sound like we're jamming stuff in here just to have gimmicks. It was all just really well crafted.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Every single part of that song, like as you said, like every part of it felt fresh and new as we got to it. Sure, there were parts before it that kind of had those familiarity to it, but like they changed up something every single time. If they have the ability to do that with what they're releasing on these singles, I'm really excited to see what else they have coming out. As you said, what do they have coming on this EP? I hope it's more in this vein. But what else have they played already? Because I could look them up and find their songs, which clearly I have because I know where I want to go next, which are all of these songs that have been told to me to listen to. And we're probably going to do that together after this, I would say, because we're both very excited about what they have made. I agree that we should probably listen to the song a second time. I don't know. I feel like since we both are listening to it for the first time, and how much there was, and again, how good it was, that we want to listen to it a second time to get more to talk about. So, I mean, I think maybe now is as good a time as any. What do you think?
That works for me. I am
Cool.
down with
We
that.
Are we gonna play it for the people again, or are we gonna fast forward?
Nah, we'll fast forward. Guys, if you want to listen to the song again, well, go back earlier in the episode if it's Tuesday. If it's Thursday, pull it up on your streaming service of choice and give them a little push with another listen.
Exactly. I like exactly what he just said there. And we definitely gonna say it right now again, just to echo it and make you definitely hear what was said. Go listen to it if it's Thursday. If it's Tuesday, go listen to it on Thursday, and we will remind you. Listen to the song on their streaming services. Give them the credit they deserve for this song. But yeah, we'll be right back, and you won't even notice. Thanks to the power of editing.
Woo!
You know, for my first reaction after the second listen, just plain and simple, just fuck. Like that was just so much better than I remember, and I just listened to it like 10 minutes ago, and like this literally is honestly just hearing those lyrics and kind of being able to hear them even better this time because, as we mentioned, they are from the UK, so having to listen through an accent, there is. It's there. It's not gonna, I'm not gonna pretend it's not. But listening to it the second time, it's a lot easier to hear what they're saying and appreciate it with what's going on in the music and appreciate the music that much more. And I think the reason why I liked it so much, even though I didn't hear word for word all the lyrics, is when I did come back and I had the chance to listen to them. I want to go ahead and talk about it. Go, give me a minute. No. When he says, go home, try on all my old clothes that mom should have thrown out years ago, I can't tell you, like, I went through that before. Like, I went home, my mom had all my stuff, and it's like stuff from when I was in high school. And it's like, I would like to see if I still fit in them, but I know for a fact I don't. And that was like 10 years ago or something like that. So, like, they should have been thrown away years ago then. And I'm sure they're still there now. And but if they are, get rid of them if you're listening, Mom. And if not, I'll come down there and get rid of them because there's no way they fit me. And even if they did, they probably are like, it's like shorts with like elastic, and that's probably like dead rubber from 20 years ago. It's just gonna stretch out and not be worn by anybody.
Or it's from old brands that no one will remember. Like, man, remember Billabong? What the hell was that?
Yeah, they are
Or,
still a
or,
brand,
or
brand
Fox
rather, but they're just not as So
prominent.
that what
Yeah,
happened was it was really cool to be a skater at that time frame, and those brands exist in that world still. They're just not
that's prominent.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Nobody shops at PacSun anymore.
No, zoomies. I so to go off of the lyrics as well, I found it kind of funny but also nice that this is one of the few pop punk songs or songs in the genre where they talk about wanting to go home as opposed to
Yes.
this sucks. I hate my hometown. I want to leave. And here it's like I want to go back home. And Like, that sort of positivity is not normally something that is prominent in this genre.
You're absolutely right, and I was gonna say that's where the emo side comes in to their pop punk side. So they're reaching for that nostalgia of when they were a child and had less things to worry about and problems weren't so hard. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I do too, honestly, because as someone who has kind of remained where I grew up for nearly my entire life, and I might be moving soon, but I never had a problem with the area where I live. So many people
Right,
will shit on it and be like, "Oh, like your life will get so much better when you leave, blah blah blah," and it's like I like it here. Like I don't
right.
I'm not like, "Oh my god, everything sucks. It's awful. I can't wait to leave," because if I felt that way, I would have left long ago, first of all. But
Right.
yeah, it's just that sort of feeling of liking where you're at or wanting to return to where you once were instead of just constantly moving forward to find new things or go to new places is kind of novel, at least in this sort of setting.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for me, why I really appreciate that is I loved that pop punk feeling to the song the whole time too, because it was like it's one of those songs where the lyrics are bringing a message that the song isn't necessarily delivering at first, but like if you listen to it and you really hear it, you can hear where it's like the song is the emotional side of it because the lyrics are the more emotional emo side, but they want it to be in a happy way while also being in like a I miss it way.
Yeah.
At least that's my interpretation and how I'm going to take it because that's what it does for me. Like, man, I miss those times and I'm sad that they're gone, but the pop punk side of it is like I'm going to keep on living anyway. And like that's what I was going to say where it's like you have that kind of nostalgia for those clothes and like sure you want to see if they still fit, but like they probably don't. And that part of you has to die and move on.
Yeah.
And then also talking about listening to the songs I knew back then because and I mean we've talked about that before too. How many times do we forget about bands and songs that we've listened to just because they were on a now dead format that you cannot listen to anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. And also some of that stuff is really hard to find. There are a lot of cases where bands would put out EPs or compilation albums with different versions of songs or B-sides that just aren't on streaming services or you can't find them even on YouTube, and it's like how am I got to go digging through my boxes of CDs to try and find this lost treasure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so much harder to find it too when it's something that you can't either remember when you saw it last or any of those things, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I mean, maybe we need to listen to it a third time because I want to honestly pose the question and I want to hear maybe your thoughts as of our second listen. Kind of looking at the lyrics and kind of taking a step back. It almost sounds like they're maybe talking about losing that parent or that house or all of the above.
Mm, offhand, yeah, I can't really say. I wasn't thinking about it from that direction, so and I'm not familiar enough with the song, obviously, after two listens to be able to
Right.
be like, oh yeah, well, here is where it might have been a reference to that. So I cannot say for certain.
Would you be opposed to doing a third listen right now?
No, I would not.
All right, cool. Well, through the powers of editing and magic, you'll again hear back from us in a few moments once we dissect a little bit more, because I'm very curious, and I'm guessing Scoobs is as well.
Trifecta.
All right, here we go. All right, so I changed my mind on the take, and instead of maybe thinking that it was a loss of a person, is more of like a loss of the time.
That is also because this third time I really focused on the lyrics more so than
Hmm.
anything else because that's sort of was our attention going into the third listen. And that really is sort of the vibe I got to, where it is just sort of this I think everyone sort of has that realization as they get older, where uh, for me, a lot of times I would say something like, God, I feel like I'm the same person I was like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And at times, I do actually still feel that's true. And then other times, it's sort of a cliche line, and I think you can hear the air quotes when I say it, but he said the line, like, I don't recognize myself anymore. And there are moments that I have had that where I was like, this, I really have changed. But it's been so subtle and over such a long period of time that, like, I didn't really notice it.
Yeah, well said. One thing that I don't think you mentioned anyway, I know I haven't mentioned because we were listening so much more intently to the lyrics and kind of the vocals in just general was kind of like that harmonizing and gang vocals that kind of came through. I thought that was awesome, and I know that you are a fan of that as well. We've discussed that before, and I was kind of curious, like, would that just be like harmonizing the other people's vocals, or is there other people in the studio sometimes when that happens, or like what? How does that
That's
usually go down? Do you know?
It's possible. I mean, obviously, it was the lead singer of uh, Downcast and Waster, but a lot
Hmm.
of times, one of the big things in pop punk and even emo is there's a lot of gang vocals. So, what you could do in that case is just layer vocals, which I know some people aren't comfortable singing. I know that. I mean, nothing that I have had recorded has ever really seen the light of day. But when people tried to get me to sing, like in the studio, I would be like, no, 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 we're not doing that, my friend. I will sing backing vocals live, but I do not want my voice recorded. But what you can do is just layer your vocals, and you could do it. A lot of people will do more than one take just because it sounds kind of like weird and uncanny valley if you put the same vocal take over itself a couple
Yeah,
times, because even singing the same lines or the same things, you're going to have a different inflection, a slightly different tone every time you do it. So if you do like three or four takes and just kind of layer them over each other, that lends itself to either a gang vocal or a harmonization. And I don't know. I feel like, I don't know for certain, but with a band like this, I feel like they're the kind of band that every member would have a microphone and just kind of do the gang chorus or the gang vocals here and there. So I can't say for certain, but that's the vibe I get.
yeah, no, I would agree with that. And then also, I know you mentioned it early on, but just to make sure to give credit again, Ben Lucas is also doing backing vocals. So I know that there's at least the three people there that were a part of it doing the vocals in that this track especially. But again, like the part that I think were, and I mean maybe that's where the harmonizing part is, but it almost sounds like there were more people there. And I don't know that if that's the case, or like maybe people that were just there, kind of like you said, like they did a live take where like six people sing together on one microphone, not
Yeah,
just like one person on a microphone putting it onto the track.
yeah. Real quick too, because I've wanted to mention this since our first listen, and upon our subsequent listens, my opinion on this just grew. Obviously, we've listened to it a couple times now. I think the entire performance is great. I do want to give a shout out to the drummer. I'm sure you have the names in front of you. I can't recall the drummer's name.
Sam Harbridge.
Sam Harbridge. The drums really drive this song. They are probably the biggest part, in my opinion, to what keeps the song dynamic. There's kind of that standard, whatever, your standard pop punk drum beat. There's the faster sort of two-step beat in the second half of the second verse leading into
Love that part.
the second chorus, which, that's the thing that gets you hyped. You're like, oh, I can feel it coming. The second chorus is coming. I've heard it the first time. I know some of the lyrics. I'm going to try and sing along with the second chorus now. And it gets you hyped for it. And then, of course, I already spoke about the drumming in the bridge as well. And yeah, just a really dynamic drum performance that I want to give a lot of credit to.
I gotta say, I want the two step through like three quarters of it. So credit where credit's due. I don't know if I have the energy to do it at my age, but maybe I should be able to. Maybe that'll be my goal.
At your age and at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I'll say that because it's 10 o'clock at night, not just because of my age.
That too.
Good call, good call. No. Honestly, I don't know that I could really say much else other than that I really do want to go listen to what else they have right now because I purposefully didn't listen to anything else prior to this just to get a good raw aspect recording, whatever. A good raw take. There we
Yeah.
go. That's the word. I was here for it.
I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they set the bar pretty high for anything that happens in the future for this.
Yeah, I think, at this point we'll be part of. Do they still have street crews? We'll be part of the Downcast street crew over in the U.S. Like, everyone go listen to this band. We'll put up flyers for them when they come tour here.
Yeah, completely honest that you would definitely be received well at a few places that I'm local to right
Oh,
now currently and where I'm
absolutely.
used to be from.
Yeah, which is where I still am. So perfect.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at here. Like you would definitely be well received in this area. I know we have a few people that definitely listen to our episodes every release. So will almost certainly appreciate this song. Most of the people I know will definitely be checking out your catalogs. There will be a very small spike when this comes out
Yeah,
for
hopefully,
sure.
yeah.
I know at least like three people. I know Riley, and I know Denise, and I know probably Eddie for sure will be people that would want to hear what else they have to sing because I know they like similar sounding music for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that this has been a success all around.
Yeah, it definitely was. I'm thrilled with this experience for sure. Oh, notable releases. They had a song that came out very recently, "Nothing Left to Give," and
We have
that
not
has
heard
a
it, but
what's that?
I said we have not heard it, but
No, we have not. It's another single that came out. It has they're featuring Jesse of Dream State on that one, and then they also have "Bittersweet" and "I Saw Hell When I Was With You," which was their album from 2022. So we're probably gonna go and give them a listen. At the very least, I know I will. I'm sure you will be too.
oh yeah,
Maybe we'll listen to another random song together that we find.
yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, I'm pumped to hear more of this. I know that I will have a playlist for sure with more from them, without a doubt. And I'm definitely gonna check out Waster, especially if they had they fit the vibe together so well, and they're also in the vein of pop punk. I'm excited to hear what they're doing too.
yeah, for sure. I would say you do have some information on them for their social medias if you want to do that before you do our social medias.
Sure, I can call them out again now because I know I gave a little bit of one before, but it is
Yeah.
on everything that they do have. It is, as far as I know. I know they're on Facebook. I know they're on Instagram. I know they are on Snapchat. I can actually pull this up real quick.
I am going to go follow them on Facebook right now. We're doing it live, man.
Nice. They do have a music video. They have three of them on there. Nothing Left to Give, which was the one I talked about before that has that feature of Jesse of Dream State. Your Absence. Oh, they have five. I'm sorry. Your Band Sucks Anyway is another one. Rain Check and Bittersweet music video that all exists. They're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. They are on X. They are on Instagram, Facebook as Downcast UK. DOWNCAST UK.
Alright.
But yeah, go give them a follow. Go listen to their other music that exists now. As of today, I'm gonna guess that you either have 2 days to listen to what we just listened to today, and then or it came out today. Go listen to the rest of the EP that just released, which is Nothing Left to Give, and it comes out November 27th, which is either today or 2 days from today. We will find out soon.
That's right.
Oh, right. And then also, maybe go ahead and listen to our social media and interact with us there too. That's right, because important, long winded information and ADHD don't mix. But I hope if you've made it to this point, you like what Scoops and I are doing, and hopefully you like it so much you want to shout it from the top of a mountain. But it would be a whole lot more helpful if you told your friends about us instead. Word of mouth or listening with someone is our favorite, but social media is also great, and you can interact with us there too. So please come by our Instagram, Blue Sky, or Facebook, where you can find us as The Feedback, or on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter /X, at @thefeedback_PC to see what's coming next, suggest a song, talk about our latest episode, or just talk about anything.
Yes, please go do all those things. If anyone gets any inspiration from this, perhaps you are in a band and you have music coming out and you would like us to listen to it and gush over it and say nice things like we just did for the past 40 minutes, let us know. We are completely willing and able to do these things. As you can hear, and the fact that we've been doing this for a while now, we really like music and we like to discover new music. So if you have things to share, we will gladly give it a listen. And then
You're absolutely right. That's a great call out because yeah, like this was purely on luck, and man, it feels good when things work out in your luck like that because this was great.
very serendipitous, if you will.
Yeah.
Beyond that,
Well,
I would just like to give our usual shout out to Exile, who we, I believe, even mentioned in this episode just beforehand. Just go check out Exile's music. Check out the song Egg. Listen to it in full. That is our intro and outro music. And check out some of his other stuff as well. I feel like I cut you off there. Did you have something else to say?
no. I was gonna just pretty much echo, but yeah.
All right. Well, let's. That's it. Great show, everyone. Join us next
Clap, clap,
week
clap, clap,
for.
clap, 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 clap,
Hey!
clap.
Join us next week for whatever we dig up next. Oh, real quick. This is going to be a weird break in our continuity, just so everyone is aware, because we do have episodes queued up, but we wanted to get this out and up and running for the release of their EP. So, I don't think we mentioned anything that wouldn't have released yet, but just so everyone is aware, excuse me. We made this happen quickly for a special occasion.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, now we're done. Thanks for listening, everyone. Join us next week for whatever we dig up next. Goodbye. Also, the sandwich chain sucks. All right, anyways, let's continue.
Ooh, shots fired. I'll fight you on that. I like this. Well, you know what? I can't really fight you on that because I don't know for sure, but I definitely liked their sweet onion chicken teriyaki back in the day.
That's the only thing I went there for, and I haven't been to a Subway in probably 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too. Anyway. Back on track. I'm gonna confidently mute and push play, and I'm not gonna let you tell me to stop it.
Okay.
I honestly though, like emo, pop punk, great influences. If they're
High
bad,
hopes.
I'll cry.
High hopes.
Yeah. If they're bad, I will cry. I'll just I don't want to do this anymore. I'm either fanboy or fizzle out.